Hey, it's Phil, and in the last video we talked about the big picture and focusing on your why. Now in this video we want to make it as specific as possible and we want to narrow it down into steps that we can do consistently. Now you have to know something about goals. I actually don't believe in goal setting. And you know why? Because goals are way too general. What are the goals that you hear all the time? I want to lose weight, I want to have a girlfriend, I want to expand my business, I want to spend more time with my family. Now all those goals might sound nice, but there's a problem with it. They are way too general and they're not measurable. Now what we need to do is narrow it down and focus on the things that bring in the most results or have the most chance of delivering what we want. This is inspired by two amazing books. One thing is called the 80-20 Principle, the other book is called The One Thing by Gary Keller. And the 80-20 Principle is based on the Pareto Principle. And Pareto was someone who discovered in the 19th century that 80% of the land was owned by 20% of the Italian people. Now Robert Koch expanded that concept to say that 80% of your results come from 20% of what you do. These are the things that have the most value. That is also the reason why those things are the high leverage activities. The problem is we focus on all those activities and we think they matter equally. Now all the activities that we do don't matter equally. There are some activities that are more important than others. And that brings me to the other book, The One Thing. It's like being productive doesn't have to do with being busy or being active. It has to do with being productive. It's choosing the things that really matter and dedicating the time and effort to those things that you know that will pay off and are the most essential to your business. So this is one of the best tips I can give to you. You have to make things as specific as possible, zoom in on them, then look at the things that bring in the most results, that have the highest leverage, zoom in on them and really keep on zooming in until you get to the core thing you can do today or this week or right now. And you make it as specific as possible. So you say when, how, in what context. As specific as possible, you answer as much questions as you can. So I'm going to illustrate it with a couple of examples to show you how powerful this technique can be. Imagine that somebody's goal is to have a relationship in 2016. Now the thing that you ask then is like, what are the activities that would ensure that you would have a relationship in 2016? Now all those questions that I ask, don't overthink them, just follow your intuition. A lot of times like 1, 2 or 3 things will pop up and it's best that you choose one of those 3 things. So imagine you want to have a relationship in 2016 and one of the high leverage things would be online dating. Okay, what we do then is we zoom in on online dating. What is the most highest leverage thing that you think you would achieve in online dating? There are several factors that play a role, but let's say that it's partly because your pictures are not good enough. Okay, let's zoom in on that. What would be the highest leverage activity to making sure that your pictures are okay? One of the things that you could maybe do is to hire a professional photographer and let him take pictures so you have decent photos. Okay, what would make sure that you have that photographer as fast as possible? You just go online right now, you research the photographers in your area, you send them a mail and you reach out. It's done. It's fixed. It's a very high leverage activity. It's already settled. You can do it right now. And as soon as it's done, you can go back to the drawing board. You can focus on the relationship issue and focus on another high leverage activity. Let's say that one of your goals is losing weight. Then you have to zoom in like what are the high leverage activities in losing weight. A lot of times it's like managing your food or doing exercise. Let's say you want to focus on the exercise. What would a high leverage activity be? Maybe it's like finding someone that you could do a weekly sport with, like 2 times a week. What would a high leverage activity be? Just ask around in your friend circle who would be willing to do a certain sport with you. You call those people, you fix the dates, you fix the time, and you commit to it that you will do it each week. That is the power of specificity. So it's a simple process. First, you look at the thing that you really want to change in 2016. Then you ask the question, what are the different things that I could do to achieve that goal. You write them down. Maybe there are 3 things. You choose one of those things, and then we keep on zooming in into the thing that brings the most results and has the highest leverage. Do this activity for all the things you want to achieve. It doesn't have to be limited to business. It can be your hobby, it can be your health, it can be your social circle. You can do this on every aspect of your life. So narrow it down and make it as specific as possible. This is one of the best tips I can give you to make you achieve your goals in 2016. Now in the next video I'm going to talk about developing habits and why habits are one of the most important tools to make you achieve your goals.